no games, longest probably the rest of the year. What do you think you guys got done since you last played?
At this time of the year, I don't like the break, especially during the semester break. You know, we need to be playing games, and we need to probably better to be on the road than sitting at home doing nothing when we're not in school. I'm not particularly crazy about that. But we had a chance to get a little bit of time off, and we had a chance to, recharge. It was a long, between preseason and then Christmas, and then it was good. But I'm sure they're anxious to play right now.
I saw Molly out there. Hoping just you don't have a lot of buys, or you're somebody that you're hoping.
Yeah, we need to find another guard. I mean, we need to find another guard. We need to find somebody else that can, give us some meaningful minutes. I don't want to be in a situation where Kia and Lou are having to play more minutes than I would like for them to play. But so between Sanaya and Crystal and Molly, we gotta get some good stuff out of those guys.
Coach, can you believe 7 years later you're talking about 90 wins again?
Yeah, I'm not really enamored with the whole idea of it. I was saying earlier, I don't want to minimize it because it's an incredible thing to be able to do it, to be in a position to do it once, much less twice. So I don't want to minimize it. I don't want to discount it, and at the same time, I don't want it to distract us from what we're trying to do long term, which is get ourselves ready for March, and that's way more important than whatever number is or whatever the streak is at. But to be in this situation and to have gone through it already and think that it could happen again, to think that it could happen once is ridiculous. To think that you're in a position again, it's just makes no sense. It really doesn't.
Is distractions like this good though for to learn how to work through things to get to your end goal?
Well, as long as you use it in a positive way. I mean, as long as our players understand that the object of playing basketball at Connecticut is not to set records for winning streaks. Things happen because you come out and you work hard every day and you try to get better and play a certain way every game, regardless of who the opponent is. And then you look up and you realize, wow, I've won a lot of games. But that's never been the focal point, and it's just a byproduct of what we do.
What's the strength of this team right now, Geno? Is it just being able to find the shots that you want the way Lou and Nafisa and Gabby are?
I think I'm always pretty good at identifying, what our strengths and weaknesses are, and I know what it is that we lack, and I know what we struggle with. But I come to practice every day, and I watch us still struggle with some things, but I watch us make plays and make shots and do it at a time when it has to be done, at opportune times, when it's absolutely imperative that we do it. And how long can that last, I don't know, but right now that trait, that quality stands out for me in our practices and some of the big games that we played. We've been good enough defensively when we have to be, and we've been good enough offensively when we have to be. there's worse things that you can say about it.
What about the South Florida team? They lose coordinator, lose the kid inside, but it seems like they've had some players step up around their shooter there.
Well, they certainly are different than any other team in the country in that they have so many foreign-born players. And just by their nature, they play the game a little bit differently. Their skills are a little bit different. They're better with the ball than most kids growing up in this country. They shoot the ball really well. They have experience playing against higher level of competition. And, you know, Jose does a really good job of getting his best players a lot of shots. And that's no different this year. Work hard, they play hard, and I had this conversation with him a while back that they're going to be a perennial top 25 team as long as he's there, because he's figured it out. It'll be different, and he's making it work.
Coach, is this a fun group for you to coach because you don't have the superstar like Stu, at least not yet? You know, like do you have a little more joy in that? Is it the teaching aspect?
No, not really. There's no greater joy than coaching the best player in America, you know. And when you don't have that, there's a lot more what if. I'm excited about some of our younger players and what they've been able to do, you know. We've got 5 players in the starting lineup. All 5 of them are in a different position than they were in at any time in their college careers. So to see them develop over a period of time has been fun for me to watch. It doesn't make me worry less. I would worry a lot less if, you know, we got a dominant post player. I would worry a lot less, but you know, watching them get better, watching them improve has been exciting for our whole coaching staff.
Do you see traits in Molly that let you know that she could be that extra guard that you need? I mean, does she do certain things that?
Maybe. She makes just enough shots to make you think she can help you, and she makes just enough plays, and then she's 100 miles an hour and completely self-destructs when she's out there. So somewhere we got to find that middle ground where she can make a little bit of an impact, however many minutes, and not get into that self-destruct mode, you know, where she's struggling to get anything done. So if we can get her to slow down, that will help us a lot, and right now that's been the biggest challenge in practice, trying to slow her down a little bit. She's just way ahead of herself more times than not.
Is this the time of year in the past where you've seen? Is this the time of year in the past where you've seen it kind of click for freshmen? Is there a point where does it vary?
I mean, it varies. It varies. One, on how much playing time they're getting, what kind of success they're having. You know. Some that have been great in November and December hit reality in January, and some that have, you know, struggled a little bit, start to figure it out a little bit. So every one of them is different. They're all, you know, they all develop at their own pace, but you just want to see them improve a little bit, you know, each day, each week. And we talk about that, and that's the hardest thing. What we talk about is from now till the end of March. They're not getting any bigger, they're not getting any quicker, they're not getting any faster, they're not getting any stronger. The only thing they can get is a little bit smarter. So if they keep getting a little bit smarter and start to see things a little bit quicker, and start to react to things a little bit quicker, that'll give them more confidence, and then they'll get better. That's the biggest challenge with freshmen. They just don't see things in time. They always see things too late, and that's why it's hard.
Geno, they say coach best